Hello peoples! In today's video we are testing 3.14 on the player test server. Now I've got access, so I thought I'd give you guys a heads up so that you can see some of the major changes for missile gameplay, give you a little bit of a glimpse as to how you're going to have to use your capacitors and how the power distribution throughout the ship has also changed. Also be advised that ships are not quite as maneuverable as they were in the 3.13 patch, but it's not bad. They're doing okay. And of course there's going to have to be a lot of balancing, I think, going on by CIG before all this stuff gets released. But let's at least see how things have changed and go from there. So sit back, relax, grab a snack and a drink. You might want some alcohol for this one. And let's see how it goes. So first things first, we've got a brand new hub. Looks pretty sleek. I'm liking it. And on my Talon Shrike here, you can see that I have my laser cannon selected. The little line that you see below each one is your capacitor. You'll also notice that there's some numbers. Those numbers represent how many shots you get. You'll notice now that I've switched over to missile operator mode. This is a keybind setting that I think will work best. You can use the mouse. It's by default the middle mouse button. But if you got a joystick, definitely keybind this. I'm also picking the number of missiles that I want in the salvo that I'm going to fire. So now you can pick up to 4 missiles at a time that will all be launched. Now depending upon the ship, you can launch 2 missiles or all 4 missiles, or in the case of the Shrike here, it's going to launch them as a salvo, so one right after another, but you only have to click one button to do it. You can also deselect the number of missiles, and when you switch back over to your weapon systems, whatever you had for the last setting is remembered. So right now I just switched back over and notice my 2 missiles come back up. They're all set, ready to go. So that's one significant change that I kind of like. It's pretty good. Now the next big change is going to be with power distribution. Notice that I can no longer overclock any of my components except for my power supply. Still able to overclock the power supply, but weapons, shields, none of that stuff gets overclocked anymore. It doesn't get overpowered. It has no effect whatsoever. Basically, you're going to control what power goes to what subsystem by using basically that little triangle. So as you can see here, I'm going to apply more power to the shields. I can then apply more power to, let's say, the weapons, or I can put it into engines. But as you apply more power to those different subsystems, you're taking power away from the other two. And that's going to affect how quickly they're able to recharge the capacitor that is assigned for that system. So keep that in the back of your mind. So obviously, if I apply all my power to weapons, you're going to see that the bar, as well as the number for those laser cannons, is going to increase. I have a bigger energy pool. And if I shunt the rest of my power back down and split it between shields and engines, it's going to decrease. Less energy pool. Pretty self-explanatory when you see it. One major change is you're definitely not going to be able to shoot your energy weapons anywhere near as long as you could in the 3.13 patch. And one more little observation. Apparently only energy weapons are affected by the power to weapons setting. So the more energy you pump into weapons, if you have laser repeaters, laser cannons, you get a better return. However, I haven't seen any increase in using ballistic weapons or with missiles. They don't get any better. They don't fire off faster. They don't have better accuracy or anything like that. So it strictly seems to be for energy weapons, at least at this point in the game. Maybe that'll change. Okay, so we got our target selected here. We've got 3 missiles in the queue ready to go. We're closing the range pretty fast, so I'm going to let them go. One click, and they fire off in salvo mode. As you can see, only 1 hit. So a little disappointing on that. I'm going to end up switching to guns. You're going to be able to see how fast guns get depleted and take the target out. So that wasn't a very satisfactory test. We're going to have to go find something else to shoot and kill. So here we go. So on our next target, we're going to give you a little preview of how scanning works. As you can see, the interface has changed a little bit. We get a lot better information, or maybe it's just presented better, but it looks pretty slick. It's not bad. So we're going to switch over to our missiles. One thing that I neglected to mention is that you no longer have to missile lock a target. As soon as you switch over to missile mode, as long as you are within the missile range, both minimum or long range, the missiles will automatically lock. You'll see that little green cool circle that surrounds the target to let you know that you got a good lock, and you can fire off your salvo. In this case, we've got 4 flying down range. So let's see how we do in this fight.
Contact.
Well, finally got rid of that last target. I think the accuracy of the missiles needs to be improved a little bit here. A 1 in 3 hit ratio on a stationary target that's not launching countermeasures is not great, in my opinion. So of course they're going to have to balance this out a little bit more. Overall, I do like the missile operator mode. I think it has some great gameplay, particularly for co-pilots in ships that have 2 seats. It's going to be really fun. So there's my little sneak peek for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead, hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. And as always, let me know what you think. Leave a comment or two. Do you like it? Do you hate it? All that good stuff. And until next time, take care.